Starts like this. Happy Thursday, ladies. Hope you are all well. For me, I am not okay. I have been trying to move on with my life after losing my baby. Basically, I had a miscarriage. The problem is my boyfriend has been behaving weird, like he's avoiding me. He doesn't even want to get intimate with me. What do I do? First of all, I am so sorry that you had to go through that. It's a very difficult thing to go through, and I hope you're not blaming yourself. It's not your fault. Sometimes our bodies just betray us like that, and it genuinely is not your fault. Sometimes life gives you that and you deal with it, but at the same time, I hope you're talking to a grief counselor, because yes, it's a traumatic thing that happened to you, and it also happened to your partner at the end of the day. Sometimes you want to be selfish and try and be in charge of all the grief and try and hoard all of these bad feelings. It's me, it's about me, it's about me. But there was also another person involved. There was the father of this child involved. So before blaming somebody else and saying, you're so withdrawn from me, you don't even want to be intimate with me, blah blah blah, you're acting weird, maybe sit down with a grief counselor and work through your own grief first. And once you start getting through your own grief, now put yourself in his shoes also. What is he going through? What are the emotions that he's going through? And just give him some grace, because sometimes, you're expecting my partner will be there for me. He will support me. He's my ride or die. Of course, he'll be the shoulder I lean on. But who is his shoulder to lean on? Who is he talking to about all of this? He also had dreams. He had expectations. He was thinking baby names. He was thinking finances, school fees. And now all of that has gone up in flames. So he's probably also processing his own information, this information differently, and we're not trying to minimize what you're going through. You're also going through a very difficult thing. So I feel like just extend grace to him, and please seek professional help.
I think Turi has summarized it best. The loss of a child, the loss of a life that you had hopes and dreams for is not easy, and it's not just happening to you, it is happening to your partner as well. So yeah, you are both experiencing grief in your own different ways. Maybe in this way it is then manifesting in the form of, if I'm intimate with her again and then she gets pregnant again, are we going to lose another baby? That's trauma. That's response to trauma. So yeah, I think Turi has said it best. Try and get help. Try and have a conversation openly and honestly with each other. It is difficult, but people do get through it. Through this dark time, people do get through it, and we have absolute faith that you too will get through it. Yeah, try and seek someone's help. Even if you don't necessarily want to jump there first, just have a conversation with your partner and tell them, I understand where you're coming from, because I too have experienced this, but how can we get through this together? Because if you don't also hold this person down, you may end up losing them, because it's trauma. Every person reacts to it in different ways. Some people shut down and disappear and they want to forget, and when they're trying to forget, they're trying to forget you as well. So I think it's important for you guys to sit down and have conversations around this as well. Try and see how you can get through it together. And difficult as it may be, it's a conversation that still needs to be had. But if you have gone through the same thing and you have advice, let us know. 0770-729-366. How can we help our beautiful viewer? Moving on to the next conversation. Now, before we even get into the conversation of Talk That Talk Thursday, I see someone who says, good evening, ladies, are looking lovely today. This is Angie watching from Kikuyu. I am a huge fan. My household knows Wednesday to Friday, 6 p.m. sharp. Do not touch that remote. My survival tactic is budgeting and no unnecessary spending. As for she was giving advice about someone who's going through a tough time yesterday, and she said it's important to prepare for an exit strategy. Make sure you leave at a place of strength for your sake and the sake of your own children. This was a conversation we had yesterday on Ask the Girls about this lady who was going through a relationship with her husband, and he was a drunkard, or at least he was yeah, he was a drunkard. And in addition to that, he was not intimately trying to be with her. So yeah, the advice was